Today we're going to learn a little bit about breath work for radiant skin, also called pranayama in yogic circles and in Hinduism. And in our case, what we want to do is harmonize the epithelial tissue, which is skin, lungs, and large intestine. We're going to be using the breath, the epithelial tissue of the lungs, to bring increased blood and circulation to all of our skin. If you've watched some of my other videos, I talk about taking care of the entire organ of the skin, not just the parts that people see. If you take care of the entire organ of the skin, you are more likely to have healthy skin in the areas that we seem to care most about and spend a lot of money on every day at the cosmetic counter. I'm going to teach you two very simple pranayamas that can be used just about any time for anybody. The first one is called Nadi Shodhana, which is alternate nostril breathing. You might ask, really? Is it that important? The whole organ is affected, and one of the easiest ways for us to see that is people who smoke cigarettes, and I hope you're not one of them. But if you are, you might have noticed that your skin is dull, without luster, and ashen. The smoke is a vasoconstrictor. There literally isn't as much blood and oxygen being carried to your tissues. Alternate nostril breathing. This is done through the nose. There are no contraindications. If you can hear yourself inhaling, or if you're getting tired or lightheaded, then you're not doing it correctly. It should be a very natural breath, and basically we're just directing it from one nostril to the other. Use the thumb and the ring finger, inhaling through one side, closing off the nostril, and exhaling out the other side. And then inhaling the same side, closing off the nostril, exhaling. That's one round. You can do it as many rounds as you want. Inhaling, exhale. And then same side, inhale, exhale. And you can do this till the cows come home. It's really good for balancing the hemispheres, calming your mind, and bringing increased circulation to your skin. Unless you're a seasoned practitioner, you only want to do this when you're off of your cycle or you're not pregnant. It's a snapping in of the belly and a forced exhale, and then a natural inhale that you can't hear. It's like this. And if you end up sounding like this, that's a different pranayama. It's a different breath work with a different intention. That's not what we're after. And you can go really slow with this. And if you have a lot of congestion, you're going to notice some things flying. That's all I'm going to say. This is a great one to warm you up and to really get things moving. If you feel uncomfortable doing it, or if you feel lightheaded, then please don't do it. This is meant to be a support to your skincare regimen. I like to start people on Kapalbhati for about 10 seconds, and then you can increase by 5 seconds every day if you feel comfortable. The final breath work that I want to share with you is called Ujjayi breathing. It's kind of the standard yogic breath that you hear a lot of people doing in the yoga classes that sounds like Darth Vader. It sounds like Can you hear that? It's basically a constriction of the throat in order to draw in more air and control the breath so that you're not doing which is super not good for you. But before I go into the Ujjayi breathing, I just want to explain one of the things that happens for people, especially in America where we're kind of agitated and frenetic and maybe have too many things going on in our lives at one time. And that's a syndrome called reverse breathing that people do that gets them even more agitated and stressed, which is probably not what they want. Belly breathing is what relaxes us, and chest breathing is what charges us up. So if you need to, run away from a lion, which happens all the time, then you want to chest breathe, because that's going to give you the adrenaline to move. Ujjayi breathing allows us to draw into the belly. And when you draw breath into the belly, and this is where the reverse breathing happens, a lot of people tend to suck their belly in when they inhale, like, and get big here, and then exhale, they relax through their belly, and their belly gets big. That is a way to keep the breath shallow and up here, which is not a good policy in the long run. The natural breath is inhaling, pushing the diaphragm down, and the belly gets big on inhale. Belly expands on inhale, diaphragm pushes down, and then exhale, belly contracts, diaphragm naturally rises up. Ujjayi breathing, you're going to count 1, 2, 3, and then you're going to hold for 1 on the inhale, and you're going to hold for 1 on the exhale. And again, if you start feeling lightheaded, then you're trying too hard. The idea is to manage the breath, not to manhandle it into some kind of submission where we're, tired and lightheaded. All these pranayamas are going to help increase circulation, both in the lungs and then spreading out throughout the body. At the end of your breathwork session, it's a nice idea to close your eyes and breathe normally, completing the ritual of the breath. Feels great. And that's it. Happy, radiant skin. Enjoy yourself.